Alrighty, so last night I tried to do my first Studio Mate in another state, a live painting session again. I haven't done one for a long time. We haven't spent that much time together in a long time. And as usual, things went awry. I have no idea what happened, but the audio it sounded like I had the iPad in the bathtub, and the visual wasn't that great. As always, we're working with what we have, and I don't have professional equipment, so we just turn the camera on and hope things don't go horribly wrong. But sometimes they do, but it's not that horrible. It was just the sound. You just shut the sound off for the last video and you still have somebody to paint with. Anyway, I'm just going to recap kind of what I was trying to say last night. We were working on these two portraits, and I was trying to talk about making a commitment to bolder colors. These two figures, and let me turn the husband up. These two figures, I had been keeping their, oh my God, he's way off now. Anyway, okay, we're just going to cover him a little bit, maybe cover her, I don't know. I was trying to keep the faces in the teals and the blues that I really enjoy, but it hasn't been working. I haven't been committing fully to their colors. I just keep restructuring the figures and the lines and trying to find the balance and the shapes with these muted colors, and it wasn't working. And for some reason, I was filled with trepidation and fear, or not fear, but trepidation on actually saying, this is a line. It was more like, okay, this could be a line, this might be a line, but we want to be able to erase it later. Like, the world is going to fall apart if I put down, a very strong, bold, this is the shape line, or this will be this color at this stage. Excuse me. Allergies. So as we can see, I did that last night. I went into their faces, and I went into her veil and dress, and just started making bolder lines. I also started bringing the floral abstracts in. I committed to his shirt and his collar, but like this was pretty muted, and as I said, her veil. But I've just decided to come in strongly and say, this is the structure. And even with the bold lines, when the colors dry, we'll still have the ability to fix and reshape. So I have no idea why I've been like, oh no, I don't want to make a boo-boo, because I'm not normally like that. And obviously, he's a little bit of a train wreck now, but it's all fixable. But with me, I've got to make a commitment to the boldness of color, a commitment to the structure again. Sorry to keep repeating myself, but I've got to say, this is the way it is. Not really to the world, because it's just you and me, but to myself. And then I'm able to see it more clearly. Once I go, boom, that is the shape. Boom, that is the color. Later on, I can go, oh no, that's not the shape and the color. But first, I have to, God, it's just gonna be the word of the week, I think. I have to make a commitment. I have to have enough courage, and we have to have enough courage and faith in our abilities to know if we end up with a shit-ass mess because we made a decision, it is still fixable. It's like writing a book or a paragraph. We can always go back and rewrite. We can always go back and restructure. We can always go back and find better highlights. But first we've got to say, with bold strength, this is what I am doing today. This is my decision. This is my decision now. And it may go sideways. But who cares? That's life. Things go sideways, and then we pick up the pieces and move on. Speaking of which, part of the talk last night while I was painting was about the White House and about Nancy Pelosi, who I heard in a press conference, and God, we have press conferences again, bring up the commitment of the White House and this administration to arts and culture. And that's not something we've heard for a long time. The Obamas had a very strong commitment to arts and the culture. They featured artists on all different levels within the White House, but with the Celebrate America inaugural concerts and presentations a couple nights ago, we really saw the Biden-Harris White House come out on the side of American art, American culture. So what I want to get everyone to start thinking about is how can we contribute to that? Because we are now part of the conversation again. The opportunity for us to come to the forefront as artists, as creators, as idea people. We are welcomed to the table once again. The opportunities are open, and we just have to create them. So I hope to people feel that, viewers really feel that, and become emboldened within themselves to say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Because it's felt a little pathetic the past few years. I think you got that from me, at least, that I felt like I still a little bit feel like an outsider, but I felt like an outsider and like someone who was unwelcome in the world, because we spent 4 years with a country, an administration that didn't value education or art, literacy, anything on a higher level. And I don't want to talk about him too much. I don't want to focus on that too much. But I was listening to a discussion yesterday that was really interesting. They were talking about Germany. And again, I don't want to equate that thing that just left to Nazi Germany. But Nazi Germany had to come back from such a deep, evil place, and one that humanity has seen before and we will see again. But the depths of the horrid evil, I don't know, from the evilness, whatever, blah, 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 to where they are now, where people are still like, I don't know. They invested, the country invested in education, because people during World War II, when Hitler was leading the country, called education, people who were educated or had artistic ability or literacy, they were called elites. If that sounds vaguely familiar, they were called elites. So they wanted to take elite, after World War II, they wanted to take elite out of the conversation, remove it from the conversation. So college, I may be wrong, but I understand that, and this would be simple for me to Google before I open my mouth, but people are sent to university. Education is so highly valued that I believe, and again, this would have been so simple for me to find out before I turned on the camera, but I believe the government funds college and university education so that everyone has a chance. Everyone has an opportunity at the same level playing field, and they're not putting themselves in debt for the rest of their lives or for decades, and then no one can play the elite card. Oh, they're elitists. They don't know what it's like, because everyone's coming at it from an educated point of view, or coming at government, coming at life, coming at the arts, coming at all of their culture from an educated point of view. And I forget where I was going with that. Oh, who knows with me. But I just thought it was a really wonderful discussion on the differences when politicians are allowed to say, yes, I'm educated, but those people are elite. Those people, those people, those people, those people. Aren't they horrible people? Because they value culture, they value the arts, they value education, they value literature, they value who we are. Those people. Here's a country that was beyond redeemable, and they have invested in raising everyone up so that everyone cannot be played upon either. So anyway, I was listening to Nancy Pelosi in an interview. She was talking about the arts and culture, and it is so evident that that the new administration is going to feature us. So let's take this opportunity, take this chance, really commit to ourselves, really commit to our artwork in a very big, strong way. Find our bold colors, find our bold lines, and just keep recalibrating. It's okay. It's okay to say, well, this isn't working right now. We'll fix it. We can just edit and rework and fix, with the faith that in the end, our work will represent us well. And let's help move the culture forward. All right? Yes. And I'm going to go shower now. And one other thing that I talked about in last night's video that nobody heard. I had committed 2 videos ago to exercise. And so yesterday I took a 2-mile walk, which ended up, because of the RSD that I have, RSD CRPS, it took about 20 minutes longer to walk 2 miles than it used to. But I am going to shower, and I am going to stick with the plan. For the past 6 months, I've been sitting in front of a computer, and my behind has been going like this. It is flattened right out, totally flattened, but gotten wider, and my pants are fitting again, and we don't want that. So I'm going to shower, which helps recalibrate my legs, my nervous system. Then I'm going to go for another 2-mile walk, come back, and we're going to see if we maybe get this live feed thing to work again without the garbled mess. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit, hopefully. If it's a garbled mess, just turn the sound down and you'll have a studio mate, if nothing else. All right, ciao. Ciao, everybody. Ready, Carrie? Ready, Carrie? Boink.